I just want to mention that I still have that cell phone. Yeah. And I can look through exactly when I called. I'm thinking that I can. Yes. To get a ride that I waited a few hours to get. Yes. So as to get back to the fifth wheel at 1023 Kitchen Dick Road. Yeah. Now there's the thought of serving somebody on a Sunday at 7 p.m. Is it proof of service when it goes into the public court record, as in the sheriff decided to wait 9 weeks for attempt of service? Yes. And it just seemed like the sheriff's department didn't take seriously the need of that 90 days to elapse, ouch, since proof of service or service of the respondent. Now, I would really be encouraging all of those in law enforcement today, yes, that as soon as the next business day, that would have been the Monday of Memorial Day or Tuesday, yes, the day after the 3 day weekend, when it actually went on the public court record. Oh, see, every judge should look, yes, did you serve the individual, yes, on a weekend, a 3 day weekend, pooch, and then it didn't actually have proof of service until it was entered into the public court record. Now, I would say that the default dissolution of marriage, yeah, it's domestic violence against me and my sons. Yes. And the kidnapping of my sons needs to be prosecuted. Because it should be, yes, petition, summons on the respondent, yes, the day or the day that you decided as a sheriff's department to put it on the public court record. Now, a lot of judges have to trust, yes, that as soon as you can put it on the public court record, then there's actual proof of service. Because I've seen sheriffs, yes, not attempt to serve me for 9 weeks. Malicious harassment, hate crime, conspiracy, domestic violence, kidnapping, yes, and then wrongful execution of court notice, summons, yeah. And then the idea that you're going to fraudulently say that I'm the mentally ill spouse. Now, I'd like to speak to Marilyn today about the mental health of her husband, Mike Van Proyen. Yes, and his involvement in any of this, because it could be that she'd like to live with a man that is not mentally ill. Ouch! Now, this is a forgery. Yes, it is. And I'm going to want to look at all the actual signatures of Heidi Lee Budnick. Yes, because I thought the slant of her signature was the wrong direction, Heidi Lee Budner. Yes, and that the petitioner was using forgeries and imposters to act the part of my wife. Now, if you could go through every signature of Heidi Lee Budner, yes, I gave you the actual signature of my wife in the documentation that I provided. Yes, that our marriage, yes, is a United Nations marriage certificate. And that you cannot use any signature other than the petitioner's signature to sign any court forms. Yes. That you cannot act as a court until 90 days has elapsed from the day of service or the proof of service. The date of, well, Sunday night at 7 p.m. I wouldn't consider the day of the 27th as being the day of service. Right. That's the day I went to jail. Then the Monday, yes. Well, the Monday of the holiday, yeah. I wouldn't really consider it proof of service until you put it on the public court record. Now, Judge Brent Basin should have considered, yes, that I was in jail and arraigned on the 29th, yeah, and I wasn't able to get a ride. Now, I was found not guilty, yes. Now, Mike, yes, seems to have some mental illness about receiving moral support, yes, from my biological sister, Susan Bowers. Oh, he doesn't know the identity of his own wife. I'd like to talk to Marilyn, yes, about residing with me. Now, the intentional abduction of my 5 sons, yes. And the ransom or reward, yes. And as a shield or, let's see, a shield or hostage. Now, commission felony flight or to inflict bodily injury on him or her. Yes. Now, this bodily injury of Bishop, yeah, where I, as a father, said I didn't want them going to school in the Quilcene High School, yes. I would say that you had kidnapped my son so that you could cause the malicious injury of their kidnapping. Now, there's probably going to be another 20 million today. See, it was the physical injury of my sons, yes, where I documented, right, I wasn't in Squim, but you wouldn't exonerate me. I wasn't in Brennan, but you wouldn't exonerate me. Yes. And then I informed you that they were in the wrong grades. Right. And you wouldn't remove them from that school. Right now. Now, the physical injuring of my son was the intention to hold them hostage and obligate them to play football so that you as school districts could inflict a bodily injury right now. Now I'm going to sue you for another 20 million today. Pouch! Because of your refusal to acknowledge my rights as a father. Yes. Now I documented, yes, that when you made my sons cry, yes, without the jurisdiction of law to have Heidi be the parent of them and the infliction of bodily injury, I'm going to sue the Brennan, the Quilcene, and every school district in the state of Washington.